The diner was nearly empty as the clock neared 9 p.m. Rain tapped against the windows, casting dancing shadows on the linoleum floor. James, a single dad and night shift mechanic, sat at a corner table with his 6-year-old son, Max. Their dinner was simply grilled cheese and soup, but to Max, it was a feast. As James wiped his son's chin with the napkin, the door creaked open. A frail girl, soaked to the bone, entered hesitantly. She couldn't have been older than 11. Her clothes were oversized, patched in places. Her eyes scanned the room, and not for a seat, but for scraps. She hovered near a table where someone had left half a burger. Without meeting anyone's gaze, she reached for it. James stood instinctively. "Hey," he called out, and not in anger, but concern. The girl froze. "You hungry?" She nodded slowly. "Come sit," he said, sliding over. "There's plenty." Cautiously, she sat down. Max smiled at her and handed over half of his sandwich. "What's your name?" James asked. "Elliot," she whispered. Over the next half hour, James learned that Talia had run away from an abusive foster home. She'd been living in a shelter, using public libraries to stay warm and study. She loved math, computers, and solving puzzles. She spoke like someone twice her age. When they finished eating, James gave her his jacket and drove her to a family friend who ran a community center. They promised to look after her temporarily. A week passed, then two, and then something extraordinary happened. James was fixing a company van at the corporate headquarters of a major tech firm in the city when the building erupted into chaos. People were shouting, servers were down, and systems across multiple branches had crashed. It was a disaster. Suddenly, he spotted Talia. She was standing near the security desk, talking to a panicked receptionist. "What's she doing here?" James murmured. Before he could move, a stern-looking man in a suit that clearly the Shah demanded, "Who let a kid in here?" Talia looked up and said clearly, "I know what's happening. Your backup DNS is looping into a dead gateway. It's not a virus, it's a configuration failure. Your failover is pointing to itself." Silence. Someone scoffed. "She's a kid." But the CTO leaned in. "Wait. She might be right." They gave her a chance. In minutes, Alia typed into the command line like she was born to do it. The system rebooted, traffic rerouted, and one by one, the servers blinked back to life. The room erupted in disbelief. The CEO stared at her. "Where did you learn that?" Alia shrugged. "Online, and libraries." James, watching from the side, felt a lump rise in his throat. The next day, news broke: homeless girl saves tech giant from $80 million crash. Alia was offered a scholarship, a full-time mentor, and a safe home with a team of professionals who recognized her brilliance. But when asked later who she wanted to stay in touch with most, she answered simply, "The man who gave me half a sandwich when I was invisible." That weekend, James and Max received a visit. Alia had returned, not in rags, but a fresh coat and backpack, her eyes bright. She hugged Max first, then James. "You didn't just feed me," she said, tears brimming. "You saw me."